Hi everyone. Today in this class we are going to learn about figures of speech. Now I don't know whether you have heard of these or not. So first we'll understand what is figures of speech. See, figure of speech is a figurative language. Means decorative language. Anybody or anything which has got decoration, it changes its looks. Similarly, the language also has some decorative pieces, decorative language, and that is called figure of speech. There are various kinds of figure of speech. Why do we use this figure of speech? That is the question. Whatever we try to say, that becomes very, very effective, faster, quicker, effective and vividly, lively. That is why we use figure of speech. So it is the use of language which makes things quicker, effective and more lively. Now here are the types of figure of speech. Now, simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, alliteration, oxymoron, onomatopoeia. So these are the types of figure of speech, and this eighth one we don't use it much, so I'll be discussing the first 7. Simile, metaphor, you must have heard earlier also. The other one which you have heard is alliteration. The rest I'll discuss with you now. Okay, so let's take one by one. Simile. What is simile? A direct comparison of two unlike items using like or as. See, when we make comparison between two things which are very different, but we compare one thing with the other with the help of words like and as. Like, for example, he is like his sister. So certainly he and sister both are different, but there is some quality which is similar in both. He is as good as his sister. So as and like are used for comparison. So there it is called simile. So simile is a direct comparison. Now these are the examples of simile. As easy as pie. Now simile is, now look at this picture. Simile is comparison of thing 1 with thing 2. Means two things which have only one thing in common. So for that one thing they are compared with the help of like, as or so. Our soldiers are as brave as a lion. Yes, soldiers and lion. They actually they are so different, but why are they compared? Because of one quality, and that quality is bravery. Look at the quality, this is bravery. So they are as brave as a lion. So there is a direct comparison made between two different things. Thing 1 and thing 2, they are different, but comparison is made because of one common thing, and that is bravery. I hope it's clear to you. Fine. Now let's look at metaphor. Metaphor is also, a figure of speech in which things are compared by saying one thing is another. Means here also you have comparison, but the comparison is made without using the word as, like or so. We just say this thing is that thing. For example, Time is money. Now, time and money are absolutely two different things, but we say time is money. Why time is money? Because if you value time, you can make money. So, time is money. Other examples, like we don't, first this picture shows we don't use the words as, so, like, as in simile, because in simile also we have comparison but with the help of these words. In metaphor we have comparison but without the use of these words. Thing 1 is compared with thing 2, one thing is common but we don't use these words and we just say this thing is this thing. Like our soldiers are as brave as a lion, we don't use this. This is used in simile, but in metaphor what we say, our soldiers are lion. So why are our soldiers called lion? Because of bravery, right? So this is called metaphor. In metaphor we don't compare with the help of these words as or like, but we directly say one thing is another. Maharana Pratap, another example, Maharana Pratap was the Lion of Punjab. Now why was he Lion of Punjab? Because he was very, very brave. That is why he is called the Lion of Punjab. Another example is, for example, Lata Mangeshkar is the Nightingale of India. Now how is Lata Mangeshkar Nightingale of India? Because of her sweet voice. Right, boys? So you find many examples like this in your day-to-day life. That is metaphor. Now let's go to the next type. Some more examples of metaphor. Sorry, the camel. Camel has been compared to ship. Camel is the ship of desert. Now why camel is called the ship of desert? Because as ship is used to carry things from one place to another, things and people, similarly camel can take things and people in the desert. As ship can move on the ocean, the camel can move on the sand. So camel is the ship of the desert. Now this is also one example. Another one example is life is a dream. Life has been compared to a dream. Okay, so we go ahead. Personification. Next type of figure of speech is personification. In personification, non-living objects are treated as living objects when human characteristics are given to non-living objects or animals. Example, time is money. No, sorry, this is not personification. These are the examples. So emotions, desires, sensations, gestures, speech. Now these are all human qualities and these are associated with objects or ideas. For example, the sun smiled at us. The sun smiled at us is, the sun does not smile, it is the human beings, but this quality has been given to sun. Okay, so this is called personification. Other examples of personification are the stars danced playfully in the moonlit sky. Now the stars don't dance, but they have been treated like human beings. So the stars dance playfully in the moonlit sky. Opportunity was knocking at her door. Now opportunity, it is the human beings who knock, but here opportunity is considered as human being, considered compared to a human being. Opportunity was knocking at her door. Next one, hyperbole. Now look, great exaggeration. When we exaggerate things out of proportion, that is called hyperbole. Now we have example, I am so hungry I could eat a horse. Now you know very well, even if you are very hungry, you can't eat a horse. This is exaggeration. We are talking very high of something at very, very high volume. But we see, I could eat a horse, nobody can eat a horse. So this is one example of hyperbole. Now other examples of hyperbole are, the river of blood flooded in the battlefield. So river of blood flooded in the battlefield. In the battlefield there could be blood shed, but river of blood flooded in the battlefield is exaggeration, right? So we exaggerate or overstate the facts. So this is one example, the example of hyperbole. Next is, you are brighter than the shiniest star. Like one person may be very bright, but brighter than the shiniest star is again exaggeration. Her brain is the size of a pea. This is also exaggeration. Exaggeration because we are making it too small, right? Her brain is the size of a pea. Nobody can have the brain of the size of a pea, but it has been said. Alliteration. Alliteration you have done earlier also. Alliteration is found when the same sound in a sentence is repeated again and again. So repetition of words with the same beginning sounds, that is called alliteration. Example, Becky's beagle barked. So the sound B is repeated again and again. Next is oxymoron. Oxymoron is when two words with opposite meanings are used together. Words with contradictory meaning are used together. Now let's look at this example. This idea is perfectly imperfect. Now perfectly imperfect, both these words have different meaning, but they have been used together, right? Thundering silence. This is again thundering and silence. These have been used together with opposite meaning. Now other examples of oxymoron, word 1 and word 2 both have different meaning. Words that seem to contradict each other when are oxymoron useful. Now oxymorons are useful for effective titles, to draw the attention of people, add dramatic effect, to bring dramatic effect, like this idea is perfectly imperfect. Okay, I am hoping against hope. Now comedic effect, sometimes it brings comedic effect, means people laugh at it when you say he is perfectly imperfect. And add flavor to speech, yes, certainly to make the speech very interesting. Next, examples of oxymoron, it's an open secret. Now if it is open, then how can it be a secret? And if it is a secret, how can it be open? So we say, oh, this is an open secret. Now next, all the politicians agreed to disagree. They agreed to disagree. So agreed and disagree both are used together. Now he is clearly confused in his decision. Clearly and confused. If he is clear, then how can he be confused? And if he is confused, how can he be clear? So he is clearly confused is example of oxymoron. Onomatopoeia. A word that sounds like the thing it names. For example, when the word itself is the sound of something. Example, splash, shot, crunch. Now these words itself are sounds. Now buzzing, buzz, buzzing of bees. These words are sounds of these animals. A word, onomatopoeia, a word which imitates the natural sounds of a thing. It's a word which is sound of that thing, like the buzzing bee flew away. So the buzz itself is sound. Buzzing bee flew away. The large dog said bow bow, bow wow. Bow wow is again sound of a dog. And the snake slithered and hissed. So hissing is the sound of a snake. So where these sounds are represented by the words that is called onomatopoeia. And that is the end of this figure of speech. I think you understood these figure of speech. You go through this video again and try to note down the main points and the examples in your notebook. Right then, bye for the moment. From tomorrow we will start online classes, that is live classes, and if you have any doubts you can ask me there. Bye then, till then.